Liverpool, New York. Happy to be here with you, hanging out where sports meets life on Wake Up Call. We're here every single month with Liverpool Warriors Athletics, and Liverpool High School is literally right down the road. This wonderful window that is next to me, if you look right outside, you go straight down that street, you will find Liverpool High School, walking distance to go and support your Warriors and to come right back here and support Avicolli, who's been in this community for decades serving the wonderful Central and Upstate New York. I'm here with head coach of the Liverpool girls basketball team, Mike Wheeler. Please give a round of applause for Mr. Wheeler.
Thank you, Dan.
Mike, how are we?
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Happy holidays, happy New Year.
Yeah, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. See, this is the orange that matches the orange sneakers, folks.
Nice.
You got some style. And there's been moments where I've seen, as the kids would call it, you got some drip. Every once in a while, we see a little bit of that style from you, Wheels.
A little bit here and there.
Who is the best dressed in your family between you, the wife, and the three boys?
Cool. The wife. Good answer.
Yeah.
The wife.
The girls answered that one for you.
Yeah, that was definitely.
The wife. All right, fair enough. So, what did you do for Christmas? How'd you celebrate?
Well,
Because it's your birthday.
It was, yes.
Happy birthday again. Happy belated.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
He's literally half a century old.
Yeah.
But he doesn't look. Okay, Mike is 50, but he doesn't look 50.
Thank
He
you,
looks
Dan.
49.
Oh my goodness.
And a half, Bree would say.
You know what? If I was the coach of this team, I would make them go back to practice and run right after this.
Yeah,
right after having the food.
It's all back here.
They've been picking on you way too much, Wheels.
Yeah.
What is that?
It all come back around.
I love your team. I'm a big supporter of your team, but they do razz you a little bit, Wheels.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Remember those 12, 14 personalities you were talking about earlier?
Yes. Let me ask you this question. Who on your team just grinds the gears the most where you have to just have that patience?
Take a guess.
Grinds the gear.
Grinds the gears the most.
I would say, well, no, Abria doesn't grind the gears. I would say, if anything, it would be Joel.
Okay.
Joel can grind your gears and really,
Get you going.
get you going. But you just gotta, you go with it.
Now, I've been to your practice. I went to the practice last season. Got to make my way out to one this season if you'll have me.
Absolutely.
What's been different between last year and this year's practice?
Running.
Well, they could say running, but we ran last year too. I just think as of lately, we're just coming off a 4-day break.
Yeah.
So the last 2 days of practice have been with a lot of running. So that's in their head right now. So I would say the difference is there's no change in what I like to do. It's just implementing everything that you like to do as a coach and make sure that all your teams do the same thing that they possibly can do for you when you're trying to implement stuff.
So, what drill do you find to be the one that works the best with this year's team?
I mean, I think they like a few of the stuff we do.
Okay.
Girls, we do a 3v3 transition drill. We call it a hockey drill because you can sub. You come in and out. And they use the midcourt stripe as a sub. You go because we play so fast, so we do a lot of transition stuff. Try and implement the running in that. So I think a few of those drills they really enjoy. We got a couple shooting drills they like. We do Raider shooting drill. It's a drill I've always done. They shoot from different spots on the floor. They got to make a certain number amount. They challenge each other. So it's always nice to have challenges against each other. I think that's a big part of what our practices are like.
I just sat down with your captains, Addison Graham and Kaylin Sweeney. Why are they your captains?
Leadership, and the team voted on it. So the coaches don't do any of the voting. It comes from their players. So the players vote on their captains before the season starts, and those were the two that were picked for captains. And I think everybody realizes that they're great leaders. and that's really what they've been this year is really good leaders. And as a coach, you want your captains to be great leaders because you want to make sure that whatever you implement and what you talk about and what you believe in, that your captains do the same thing, and they help you with that. They do a great job.
Talk about the captains being coaches on the floor. Do you feel that Addison and Kalen have gotten that down, that in the midst of a game, they can be an extension of you?
Yeah, I think they know, when we need to make a big plays or we need to be, stay calm, we talk about composure all the time, and we got to be composed as a basketball team. I think they do a great job at composing us, and whether it be from the bench or the floor, wherever they are, they're doing a great job.
That coming here from Mike Wheeler, head coach of Liverpool Warriors girls basketball. We've heard them have a lot of thoughts on you. Who would you describe as the silent thunder of the team? The person that's quiet, but when you need a bucket and you need a little help, is somebody that rises to the occasion.
I would say, we have two freshmen on the team, Kara Barudi and Maura Woods, and they're both silent, and they both can be killers at the same time when hitting a big shot.
Okay.
Maura can hit some big shots when she there's not a spot on the floor that she can't hit, but they're quiet. But like they were talking about before, Maura goes down in practice, or they'll get hurt, and they'll kind of just bite their tongue and just get back, and play hard, play through it. And I think that's great.
Who's the one that has the biggest emotion, that is the hardest to corral? Like, who's the tornado?
Sitting across there with her hood up there, Bria Cunningham.
Okay.
And tornado, that's a good, tornado.
A tornado?
I like that.
Okay.
But with a tornado, a Bria can be a bad tornado and a really good tornado.
Okay. Bria, would you agree? Yeah. Would you agree? No. No? Okay. How would you describe yourself? If not a tornado, then a...
That was really good, Gigi.
All right.
Come on, give us a word.
Tsunami? All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was good. A tsunami.
Of the personalities that you have on this team,
12 of them.
yes. Of those 12 personalities, which one do you think has the most likeliest road of becoming a head coach someday?
You didn't give him an answer, though.
I remember that. Thank you.
There's Craig.
I would go with. I'm going to give two head coaches that I think could be really good.
Okay.
I would go with Kay Sweeney, and I would go with Gracie Sleeth.
Okay. Why?
As a coach, I think you have to. We talk about hard work a lot, and the effort and so on and so forth. I like, and the leadership too, So as a coach, those are the players that you want to see and on the floor. And then if there's someone that has to take over and take the job over, they do a good job.
All right. Fair enough. Before we get into rapid fire, looking at the season at the time of our conversation, 8-1, 7-game winning streak you start off with, lose at Horizon, win the game after. How would you describe this first 9 games of the season?
Well, we took the trip down to Universal last week
Don't remind me.
as a not only as a team trip and so on and so forth, but to play 3 really good basketball games by me. So I thought all 3 games we played teams from 3 different states,
Yeah.
The team we opened up against from Virginia, solid team. It was our first game. We battled a slow start, and then we came out, and we really had a good second half. And then the second game we ran into Horizon, and they're the 5th ranked team in the highest class in Colorado girls basketball, and they were 9-0 coming into the game. So, for us, we kind of got down early. We were down 21 at one time, and we got it all the way down to 3 with about a minute and a half to go, and we just, we couldn't get over that final stretch. But that game said a lot about us. The girls didn't give up. They kept fighting. They played through everything. I mean, as coaches and players, you never should. Officials aren't going to dictate the outcome of basketball games, even though sometimes it feels like they do.
Yeah.
You're still on the floor. You have to make plays, and you have to finish games as a team. And we always talk about that. So in the end, it always on us, win or lose. And we did miss. We were 12 for 25 from the foul line in the game against Horizon. So there's 4 or 5 shots right there that could have got us to a tie or even take the lead. So that was a good game for us, I think. Mid-season, tell us a little bit about ourselves and how we battled in a big situation like that. And then we talked after the game about how good of a basketball team are we and how are we going to respond after a loss.
Yeah.
I think that tells you a lot about what your team's going to be like and what team you have. They came out the next day and they got right after it, and we had a big W against a team from Tennessee, and they were 10-0 going into the tournament this weekend. So to win to come back to Syracuse 2-1, playing 3 great basketball teams, we're ready to get in our conference play that starts next week. Excited to get back to it.
Yeah, and you look at those games, like you said, at James Madison, Horizon, and Signal Mountain. To have those games December 20th, 21st, 22nd, what made you decide to go down to Florida and be a part of this tournament with teams from around the country?
Well, Liverpool did it a few years back. I think their last time down there was 6-7 years ago. They've been down 3 or 4 times in the last 15, 20 years, I think. And it was kind of brought up 2 years ago. And then last year we were supposed to head down the day after Christmas, but it got snowed out. They got a blizzard in Buffalo. They couldn't get any flights out, so our trip got canceled. So it just got bumped a year ahead. We just went down, and I think the main reason for us to go down is the team bonding situation. We always talk about family. For us, we believe in family every day. We step on the floor. We spend a lot of time together. Sometimes too much time together. But it's nice to have that family bonding, and a team trip like that really helped us out.
Yeah, is it something that you feel like you'd like to do, be it Florida or be it somewhere else? Would you like to get away and do tournaments as you step forward?
Yeah. No, I like the tournament thing, and next year maybe we'll do something like Albany or Binghamton, so on and so forth. I know the girls are trying to make this an every other year thing.
Trying to go back to Florida, yeah.
But it takes a lot of planning.
Yeah.
The other thing that doesn't happen for us, those 3 games don't count for us conference-wise. So, in the end of things, they look at what we do here. Our resume is what we do here, not there. So that's the other thing we take into consideration. But it all in all, I think it was a great trip for us. Got us together for 5 days, and we really battled down there. I was real happy for it.
Off the court, you went to Universal. Did you go to Islands of Adventure or both? What'd you do?
Coach Wheeler did not make it to Universal.
You didn't go. Okay.
No.
So
Coach E and someone had to stay back with Coach E.
Okay.
Coach E, raise your hand.
Okay.
Coach E also has a neck injury, and when he gets up 2 or 3 feet off the air, he can't balance himself. So
Yeah.
He can't even go past the 3rd floor.
Okay. All right. See,
Really, there's something else underlying that, but we won't discuss it.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I will say that I actually genuinely do have a neck injury, and it makes me sad because I will go on. I've been on bungee cords before. I've been on rides where you had to like sign your life away. So
Let's just say coach doesn't do well 5 feet above the ground.
okay. All right.
So that's it.
That's it.
We don't have to.
No height thing.
No heights.
None.
None.
So
So dinner was on the 3rd floor every night. Lunch, dinner, and breakfast.
was on the 3rd floor.
It was on the 3rd floor, and coach could not make it to any of those.
You couldn't go to any of those floors. Really? So you got to be on the ground at all times.
Second floor I can handle.
Did you drive to Florida or did you fly?
So listen to this. We asked him, Coach, how are you not scared of airplanes? He goes, out of my control.
So if you can walk up the stairs, that's in your control and you won't do it. But if you're on a plane, it's fine. So if I airlifted you into a roller coaster, you would be fine.
I don't know about that airlifting.
Okay. It's out of your control. So that's crazy. So he'll get on a plane.
He will. We
but-
had the discussion.
But not up the stairs.
But not up the stairs. No, he literally sat there once. The girl's got a good picture of him trying to go up over a bridge. He was going about 150 miles an hour, looking straight down at the ground.
Oh my goodness. Was that from a childhood thing, Coach?
It was like this. Look, she was like,
You just don't do it now.
Like in the last like 5 years.
Okay. All right. Well, so where did you guys eat?
Well-
What did you eat? Did you get
There was a market cafe. I became friends with everybody there.
at the Market Cafe? Okay.
Yeah,
At
he
the
was
hotel?
there. I go, where are you going to eat? He goes, my usual.
Okay.
So that's
all
where he
right.
was.
So you stayed back with him.
Yeah.
So who looked after the team?
The parents were great.
Okay.
Coach Sleeth and Coach Kyle.
Okay.
They went. They love that stuff. So they went over there with them, and they enjoyed themselves. That I heard nothing about that roller coaster there.
How about the Velocicoaster?
That's all I heard about.
I was gonna say, what did you hear about the most from the team?
That was like the best ride.
That was the
Best
best.
2-hour wait,
Yeah. It is a long. See, that's the thing I don't like to
and
do.
I can't do that.
No, I mean, I would like to think that I've been to Disney so much that when it comes to Disney, I can kind of figure out how to get on those rides a little bit more rapid. Because I try to learn. We do a Disney show, so I try to give people little tips and tricks and all that good stuff. So, Wheels, let's get into rapid fire.
Okay.
We've done this for over a decade together. You get the first question.
What? Okay, ask you this. What is your favorite hobby to do outside of doing what you'd like to do? This is your gig. What is something you like to do
Outside of this?
outside of this? What's your favorite thing to do?
Oh my goodness. Probably work on my music or my comedy. Probably say that.
Okay.
Or just travel. I like to travel. It's funny, like I speak for a living, but when people are like, what do you like to do? I like peace. I like silence. I like to, like if I went to a cabin and had like one canoe and a cabin and it was just me in the middle of nowhere, I'd be totally fine with that. Like I don't need
Peaceful.
my phone. I don't need their credit. I think people like they see like, oh, you do this, and that, and you know. But when I have the time to just sit, my parents can tell you I like to just like watch movies, talk with them. I like to interact and hear about other people's lives.
That's awesome. You know what I want to try and do with these girls is I don't think it'd ever work. So in college, we had a tournament that we were away at, and I took the girls' cell phones
Oh yeah,
for a night,
yeah,
that wouldn't be
and I kept them in a box.
Do it, Wheeler.
yeah.
Okay, and they stayed in my room, and then at 7:00 in the morning at breakfast, they got their phones back. It went pretty well. They lived to the next day,
They were
but I
smart.
just think if we ever did that nowadays, it would be
No, Wheeler, I want to see it.
it'd be awful.
I want to see it.
I think you should do it. I think you should do it to all of the adults in Central and Upstate New York. Take their phones so they stop driving, texting.
That's true.
That'd be great too. Be really fun.
True.
I like when people tell you to not look at your phone when you're driving, and then those people drive somewhere and they're on their phone the whole time. I had a friend who used to watch YouTube videos while he was driving,
That's not safe.
and we almost went off the road a couple times to the point where I'm really, really happy we're not friends anymore. So, my first question for you, Wheels, if you and I went on a trip anywhere in the world, where would we go and why?
Well, my biggest thing one thing that I've always wanted to do is I want to go to Ireland
Okay.
to play golf.
Okay.
And that's just what I like to do. I like to play golf in my downtime.
Yeah.
And if I could go to Ireland, I've always wanted to go there, or anywhere over in Europe to get an opportunity to play golf.
Okay.
Where it originated.
I can go with you on that. We could play golf in Ireland.
Okay.
I'm down. What's your next question?
If you had a choice, I know your Italian heritage,
Yes.
but if you had a choice of your favorite Italian dish to be made for you, what would be the favorite Italian dish?
Oh my goodness. Probably my grandma's stuffed shells. My G mama. My mom does a good stuffed shell, but G made stuffed shells that were just game changing. So if they're both up in heaven right now, but I would want my Grandma Cavino's stuffed shells and my Grandma Miller's, probably her chicken soup.
Do you know I had a Grandma Miller too?
You did?
108 years old, she passed away.
Oh my gosh, God bless
Grandma
her.
Miller, yep.
Let's go. All right, I
stuff.
love that. All right, Wheels. We're in the holiday season. We're getting ready for the new year. What is, everybody's got their New Year's resolutions and everybody says what they're going to do, but they typically don't always do those things. If you had a New Year's resolution that you are willing to keep, what would it be? New Year's resolution that he's going to keep.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's gonna keep?
Yeah,
That I'm gonna keep.
yeah.
Ooh.
No teas this year.
That would be till the end of. Well, no, it'd be till the next. Yeah, I would say that. I would try and.
No
see if-
technicals?
No technical foul.
I feel like there's a right time for a coach to get a technical now. There's the right time to energize your team or to let an officiating crew know you're not
Listen.
going to be washed over.
I've gotten 2 this year for calling timeout. 2.
How
So-
do you get a T for calling a timeout?
I don't know. We're still trying to figure that out. But
Would you run up? Did you get on the court when
the
you did
first one I ran out, I was pretty aggressive about it, but still, I was just asking for a timeout.
it? Yeah.
The second one, I was asking a timeout because my player was hurt on the floor, and we had the possession of basketball at the time. So I got teed up for that too.
You got teed up for calling a timeout for an injured player.
Yes.
Okay.
That was down in Florida this past week, so
Yeah, that doesn't make
different
a lot of
rules.
sense.
But that happens.
That makes no sense. See you later.
See you tomorrow.
Got some of the team in here. But, okay. Well, those make no sense. Those aren't true technicals.
I know.
Those are kind of ridiculous technicals. I would fight for you on those. We need to get those figured
So
out.
yeah, I can make that New Year's resolution.
Okay. No technicals from here on out.
Sounds good.
All right, Coach, what's your last question?
I'm gonna go with what is your favorite? We were talking about Disney before.
Yes.
What is your favorite adult TV show that's on adult sitcom, TV sitcom?
Okay.
CBS, whatever,
Ah.
Netflix.
Yeah. My favorites, oh man. I don't think I have one now, but I really like New Girl and Friends. I love watching Friends. I'm actually really sad, so if you'll oblige me to tell this short story. So in high school, we had a bunch of friends that would hang out. There was a little more than 6. There was maybe like 8 of us. And we went out to dinner one night, and they said, "Who do you think is each friend character?" And we had girls and guys in our group of friends. And I found out very quickly that I think they had set me up. They had planned this out. Because they were like, "Oh, who do you think this person is?" And we would give our thoughts. And who do you think that person is? We'd give our thoughts. And they said, "Who do you think Dan is?" And they would pause. And they said, 1, 2, 3. And at the same time, everybody but one of them said Chandler. And I didn't want to be Chandler. So they told me that I was Chandler. I said I want to be him. I wanted to be Joey because Joey's Italian and Joey was, charismatic and all that. And I said, why Chandler? And they said, well, because Chandler's funny. And I didn't think that of Chandler, but they said, he's got some comedy. He's a funny guy. So they said Chandler. And then I didn't think I was. A week went by. I was talking to my buddy on the phone. And when we were talking on the phone, he said to me, I was like, hey, what's going on? And he was like, not too much. And I said, by the way, I'm watching Friends right now, and I am so not Chandler. And I said it exactly that way. And then I watched the show, and I was like, oh my God. And he goes, you figured it out, didn't you? I said, yeah, I'm going to call you back. And I hung up. Well, now that Chandler's passed away, Matthew Perry, one of the last things that he did is he played a character named Daniel. And then after that, he was a broadcaster that owned his own show that did it within his own studio. And I was like, okay, well, that's very close to home for me. So it was just funny how I was named Chandler, then he played Daniel, then he played a role that's literally my life. So I said, at what point, when is he going to play Dan Tortora next? So I do miss him, and I think I'd probably choose Friends because I always loved it, but I watch it a little bit differently now because of Matthew Perry passing away. All right, Wheels, my last one for you. If you were a contestant on a game show, what game show would you be on and why?
I'm gonna go with.
I like it somebody said.
What? I missed it.
Yeah, it was The Price is Right. Is it?
Yeah, Price is Right.
Price is Right, maybe.
I like.
Plinko is the best.
Plinko's the best. I would go with. I like it. I'm a trivia kind of guy, so I really like Jeopardy.
Okay.
So if I could do something like that, I know I'd have to study a little bit more than what I do. But I do. I watch Jeopardy at night and just try and fire questions away.
Okay. You'd have to remember to answer it like a question.
Correct.
Who is? What is?
Yeah. But
Well,
yeah,
that
that would be my choice.
Yeah, that would be tough. So that coming from Mike Wheeler, the head coach of the Liverpool Warriors girls basketball team. Go out and support them this season at home and on the road, and right down the road, Avicolli's on 7839 Oswego Road in Liverpool, New York. We thank you for being here. We hope you have a